No, that's fine. We'll leave names and everything like that for introductions.
Okay, cool.
Though people can see the names directly below us already, but that's fine. Krendor, what are you playing? What race? What class?
Now, let me tell you,
All right.
He doesn't know yet.
I'm playing the greatest character ever to live. Like, I don't even think he's alive. He's kind of a droid. He's just robotic. Like,
You exist.
yeah, the greatest character ever exists, ever, in any universe, let alone this universe. 420 N0 SC0 PE, or no, P3.
P3.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
You're playing a bounty hunter with the assassin specialization.
Sure.
I got you covered. Don't worry.
I like how he didn't tell the information.
Yeah, the information I asked you to tell, you didn't tell. The information I said wait for, you just told. So,
I thought I was done with this when I got out of school.
Jesse, what are you playing?
Worst. I'm playing a Wookiee. Badass, brawling Wookiee who don't give no dams about anything. His name is Warburshire, and you can just call him Warbo because he's that kind of guy. And he is a beast. All brawn, no brains. He has 0 willpower. It's going to be awesome. And I fully intend to talk only in Wookiee. So expect me just to make noises and have the rest of the team try to figure out what the hell I just said.
I think one person understands you in the party. I think that's it.
Cool. Well, then, Maggie, enjoy having to ad-lib for everything I say.
It's going to be fantastic because Jesse's going to say what he wants to say, and I'm going to be like, that's
I'm
not.
going to try my hard to inflect in a way that I think Maggie will understand.
And I'm just gonna get very upset that I can't understand him.
Because you're a crappy droid. All you can say is like, Roger, Roger.
Oh my god. I'm playing a human. I'm playing a technician with the mechanic specialty. His name is right there, Fitz Tolan. And that's all you're going to know for now, because, again, pictures will show up as we are introduced. And Scott, where are we in the universe time-wise, in the universe itself? What's going on? And let's just get into the game.
So where it's picking up, so for the Uber nerds, it's in 0 BBY is the year, or it's right at around the end of episode 4, if you just are familiar with the movies. So it's right around the end of episode 4 that the timeline is picking up. So the whole group, sans, Krendor, the whole group is going to be aware of, the Empire, of course, taking over under Emperor Palpatine, that Darth Vader is a very prevalent force. Force users in general, definitely the Jedi, are all but forgotten kind of at this point by the mass populace, or at least have resentment against them. They are hunted down and killed if they're to be discovered by the Empire, and the rebellion is really starting to amass their big battles against the Empire. The existence of the Death Star, it's not exactly widespread in knowledge. I mean, it was pretty secretly constructed, and until it really started showing its power, nobody even knew that it was a thing. It was kept rather quiet. So the party will not be aware of the fact that the Death Star exists, doesn't exist, whatever. But it's right around that time frame that the party is kicking up. So,
Okay. Take it away.
Definitely. So, 3 of you, not Krendor,
Hey.
3 of you are going to start inside, under captivity, inside the prisoners' bay or area of a fire spray patrol ship. So for those that aren't familiar with the fire spray control ship, the Slave One is one of these heavily modified. It looks kind of like Boba Fett's ship. So inside this ship, there's usually about 4 to 6 cells that can be held here. So the 3 of you are held inside your own cells inside this area. Looking around, you can see that the walls are rather barren. The cells themselves are metal walls between, but then they have actual barred gates that are magnetically sealed to stop you from being able to get out of the rooms. And you can see into the hallways if you were to look through the barred area, where you have Maggie's character can look across the hallway and she can see or hear at least somebody else in the cell across the way, which would be Mathis's character. Jesse's character is in the cell adjacent to Maggie's, though he is currently unconscious for reasons we'll learn in a moment. And as you guys have spent some time here, kind of looking around, one of the things that you see is in this room, at one end of the hallway, kind of going in one direction to the end of the room. Some of the space is kind of converted into a work area, and you can see in that work area there's a whole bunch of like parts and junk, and there's a few like broken blasters leaned up against the wall, maybe some actual like photon missiles and everything put there. Not very safe, but they're definitely tinkering and working on this stuff. Whatever crew owns the ship, they clearly don't have a lot by way of means. And also kind of slumped over the table, you see a bunch of droid parts and stuff like that. The other end of the hallway, you can see that there is 2 chairs that are facing outwards, looking towards the actual stars, where there are 2 guards that are sitting there. Their chairs can swivel and turn around to see what's going on, but their job is actually to guard the prisoners in their cells, which would be you guys. So we'll pick it up with the fact that Krendor is deactivated. Jesse is literally coming to at this moment, and both Maggie and Mike's characters are aware of each other, but probably haven't engaged in conversation yet. So I guess we'll start with the 2 of them interacting.
How long have I been on the ship?
Only a day.
A day? Okay.
And for Maggie, it's only been for a few hours.
Okay, so she's new.
Yep, but you know that you did jump into light speed.
Okay.
What's in the cell with me? Is it just like an empty cell?
There's a, much like you imagine like an old prison, there is a single bed that's kind of like hanging from the wall, and a single pillow with it, no blankets or anything like that, and a place for you to relieve yourself. But nothing, it's very barren. It's just you and your clothing. Obviously your equipment, whether it be weapons, credits, explosives, they're not on you right now.
Roger.
Makes sense.
So I guess I'm kind of just like sitting with like my hands on my knees and kind of like looking at the wall like this, but kind of towards the floor.
If you catch any glimpse of me, my character's he's pacing. He kind of taps on the wall every so often. He drags his fingers across the bars. He doesn't seem comfortable. He doesn't seem comfortable standing still. And he'll every once in a while kind of glance over at you and see if anything's changed. If time passes, eventually I'll kind of walk over to the bars. And I'll kind of drag my fingers across the bars and look over and be like, "So, what are you in here for?"
She kind of like looks over at him, not really sure if she wants to engage in conversation, but she's like, "What does it to you?"
He looks like almost taken aback that you even asked that question, and he looks confused. And the conversation really.
Well, nothing dangerous, that's for sure.
Me too. And he like knocks on the bars. He's like, not anything dangerous either. It's a big, stupid misunderstanding. And he kind of like walks back and starts pacing.
Well, if you could stop pacing and making all that horrible racket, that would be great.
He looks at you when you say that, and then kind of like twiddles his fingers and stops knocking on the walls, but continues to pace.
Again, Jesse, you were kind of waking up during this, so you half heard, half understood what was being said as you're coming out of one of your spells.
Yeah, so as the conversation's going on, there is just a Wookiee laying on this far too short bed with his legs hanging over the edge, just sort of like, just laying there, not really interacting, not caring at all about the others, because he knows deep down inside he's about to get out, because no one keeps a Wookiee in prison. Fact.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Are you like getting up yet, or are you still staying there for a moment?
Just laying down. He's easy.
Okay. As soon as I notice you're awake, I will say something. But in the meantime, I'm going back to Mathis's character.
If anything, as Mathis desperately tries to hit on your character,
Hold out.
I'm sorry. Mathis's character desperately tries to hit a. My bad. Yeah. If anything, during that, it's just you hear little like little laughs, little Wookiee laughs, and how pathetic you are.
All right.
I guess before I hear you like make a noise, I ask Mathis's character. I'm like, "And you? so curious about why I'm here. Why are you here?
I point at you, like waggling my finger. Like I said, nothing dangerous.
And I take that. And then as soon as I hear my friend here, how do I say your name exactly perfectly? I want to make sure I say it right.
Well, you can just call me Werbo because we're best
Warbo?
friends.
Okay, that's true. I would call you Warbo. As soon as I hear you first say any noise, I'm like, Werbo, is that you? Are you awake?
And I just like, I just give off a like.
I'm like, well, I think we may have gotten ourselves into something.
I'll like walk over to the bars and like put my hands on the bars and like look out to see if I can see him in the cell adjacent to Maggie's.
So you do look out and you do see him, but at the same time that you look over and you see him in that cell, the windows aren't huge, but they're definitely big enough that you can see most of each other inside the cells. But you also see that the two guards are, one of them is standing, but both of them are looking down the hallway right now, and they're conversing quietly. Actually, if you'd like to roll me a quick perception check there, Mathis.
Sure.
Are these Imperial guards?
No, they are not. They're kind of hodgepodge together.
So I gotta actually make my own dice.
Their equipment. They're clearly bounty hunters or
Gotcha.
riders or.
All right, so I gotta make my own dice pool here. I can't just click on perception. Where's the? I remember there is a dice pool option. Oh, it's right up here. Okay, cool. So I am rolling 1 yellow and 1 green. Is there difficulty dice involved in this at all, or no?
No difficulty. Sorry, 1 difficulty die for this. My
All right,
apologies.
I'll put that in. All right, here we go.
But I'm pretty sure you could just click perception on the far right. You would click
still need to
the
put-
actual D20 looking image.
I still would need to put in the difficulty dice, I think.
Oh yeah, fair enough. You have to put in the difficulty die. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So awesome. So you do in fact hear what they're talking about. You can see with your you have an advantage roll. First roll, yes, a big one. So not only do you succeed in hearing that the two of them are having a conversation about you guys, specifically about the Wookiee, you can tell that the one that's standing, which looking at him, he looks to be a Duros. The one that's standing seems very nervous about the fact that there's a Wookiee down the hallway, kind of like, yeah, I don't know about this one. Like, we probably should have just left it lying there. I mean, the credit's really worth it. And the other one's like, calm down, it's fine. And the one sitting down is a human. No, the Doros that's standing there, like I said, their armor is kind of hodgepodge together. He's actually wearing bits and pieces of Imperial armor. So it's very obvious that they are not working directly, at least for the Empire, because you wouldn't be walking around with bits and pieces of Stormtrooper armor if you were working for the Empire. It would look really bad. But the Doros is wearing that, and the other guy is just like, it's just a Wookiee. You know, if it dies, we'll skin it, and we can stay warm in the cold nights. And you see the Wookiee.
Oh. So hearing that, I kind of, I internalize. I don't really say anything about it, but I see the Wookiee, and then I'll look over to you and be like, so you were caught with a Wookiee?
That was her crime.
More like, yes, I suppose so.
How did you get caught with a Wookiee? Those people are dangerous.
Oh, Warbo? No, he's not dangerous. Well, I mean, maybe if you want him to be dangerous.
Huh. I think on that, and then I go back to kind of pacing, and then I'll eventually plop onto the bed, like sit down with my legs hanging over, and be like, well, I guess we're stuck here for now anyway. What's your name?
Yes, what my name is.
Yeah.
Nareem. Denora. You?
Fitz.
I kind of like look over at Warbo. And, he has nothing to say to you, really. Yeah, he's just like Fitz. I love it. It's cute. She's gonna like look over at Warbo and go, so what's the plan?
And it's kind of funny how it works out.
I'm actually
right
gonna...
as you say, "What's the plan?" All of a sudden, you hear something smash into the ship, and the whole ship starts to shake. What it was, obviously, you can't tell, but immediately just. Now, one thing that we did not start by doing at the beginning of the session is we were all supposed to roll.
yeah.
For your destiny pool. So everybody roll your your destiny pool die, your
So
light side, dark side die.
Each roll 1, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
How do I roll that?
It's
If you
right
look,
in the middle of your dice pool.
Yep, it's the white one.
just click the arrow up on 1.
Oh, that didn't do anything. Hold on. Oop.
So we got.
I probably shouldn't have. I probably
Hey, hell yeah! Good job, Krendor. Good
I
job.
rolled a 10. That's a critical hit.
That's not even a critical
Not
hit.
a critical hit.
Dude,
That's
that's
probably a failure, if anything.
What? No, that's a 10. That's a 1 out of
All right,
1 to
so-
10, and I had a
That's
10.
20. And it's
That's
like,
not how crits
Okay,
work.
so Krendor, do you see the above on the top of your character sheet where it says dice and destiny pool?
No.
Right
Oh my
below
God.
the character.
open your character sheet.
Okay, you got your character sheet open?
No.
Okay, open your character sheet.
All right, hold on here.
We got you, Krendor. Don't worry.
All right, hold on.
Hey, where's the character sheet? I just see the Star
So
Wars thing.
hit the little newspaper icon at the top right of the thing.
God bless. God bless.
I can show it to you if you need me to.
Combat reference sheet.
Now go to the bottom, see 420 no scope at the bottom under characters.
That's me.
Yeah, there you go. So click that.
Actually, 420 N0 SC0P3.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you were correct.
Yeah.
All right, so you got that open now?
All right, now it's open.
All right.
Now we're fine.
See the dice and destiny pool underneath the character sheet button.
You want to press the white one.
You might want to
Oh.
guide him, Scott. Like just
Character sheet. All right.
So-
and then there's all the stuff.
So you see-
oh, Destiny Pool.
so you see the little right in the middle of destiny pool. There's that white dice with a circle in the middle.
You're saying destiny pool. You mean to say dice pool.
Yeah, I'm saying
Dice pool. There you go.
no. Scott, guide him.
Okay.
You can take
so you
control.
want to press.
I did it.
Nope, you didn't. You tried. Though.
You want to press. Here, I just added one to you.
There's
press
actually
the,
a button that says roll destiny down at the right
Oh, yeah.
below, under sync pool with GM.
There you go. There you go. Good job.
Oh,
Good job. So
Okay.
Mathis gave 2, so 3 light side and 2 dark side. Wow, you guys are both bringing. Thank you, Jesse and Krendor. I appreciate what you brought to the group. So
No. That's good, though, because those can eventually become ours.
they most certainly get the more in play, the better, right? All right. So let me just make sure I'm all caught up to date. That's I'm in the way. Come on here.
Well, at least Mathis and I are trying. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
we're giving it our best.
wow.
All right, so 2 dark side, 3 light side. I'm gonna force update. Bam. Now you guys have that in there, so you guys can use these as you see fit. So, with that
Do I
being
just
said,
sync with yours? Sync with
I just forced an update for you.
I don't.
Oh,
see
you
no-
forced it. Okay, perfect.
I don't see the update. I see 0 light, 1 dark is what it says for me.
I think we might have to personally sync.
You can press sync pool, but I'm pretty sure last time I checked.
Oh,
it-
connection to the server has been interrupted. That might be one.
Yeah, because I'm looking at 420 no scope, and it literally says what I had pressed, so it'll
just gonna-
update in a moment. There you go. I see it now in the chat. You should be good. Good.
Yes, it is good now. I just reconnected. There we go. Everything's
yeah.
broken. All right, we're good.
Okay, so as I said, as you turn to Warburger and you say that, like very telling, there's a as a ship rocks. Being the only one standing, the scrawny little mechanic kind of gets thrown off of his feet and kind of like skitters down to his butt. I imagine you stand immediately up after that. You guys can react.
My character will scramble immediately to the bars and shout out to the guys, "What was that?"
Shut up, you! And they're kind of turning around and once again discussing amongst themselves, trying to see what it is. The ship itself is kind of turning about. Now, the way that this hallway goes is they said one end kind of caps off with a whole bunch of like junk that they've clearly been working on, and the other one ends where the guards are there. It's actually through a small doorway that the guards are through that doorway onto a platform where they have the 2 chairs. And then in front of that platform is that huge, again, if you're familiar with the Fire Spray series, that huge piece of glass that you can look out to see the stars beyond. So as the ship starts like turning and maneuvering to come about, you do see another ship across the way over there. That ship is a, could you throw it up there, please?
Skip Ray blast boat.
What is it, I'm sorry?
Skip Ray blast boat.
There you go. So that kind of comes into view over there, and you see the 2 of them are kind of like, oh shit, as that kind of comes into view. And as they kind of start hollering up to whoever it is above them, they're like, try to get them on the comm link. A few more blasts come this way, and you see the ship start to rock some more as it's taking pretty heavy fire from a ship that is larger than theirs. It is larger. It is better guns than theirs. Immediately, that ship, the one that you guys are on, starts maneuvering and trying to maneuver around and away from the blasts. And you can tell almost immediately that this person is no joke. They know what they're doing. They're maneuvering very well out of the way of the blasts, firing back quite a bit at themselves. And this continues for a little bit of time. So while this is continuing...
while this is going on, you see Werbo flying up and down and slamming against the bars and just like, wall, and just a giant mess of a Wookiee. Not happy at all.
I'm also just trying to like hold myself up, I guess, against the bar and the bed or whatever, try not to fall over. And I guess, is anything moving in the room that is outside of the bars? Can I see, like, how do the doors open? Are they like a lock, a key, or?
Yeah, they're magnetically sealed. So, and there is no terminal on this side of the room, but they are magnetically sealed. Now, one of the things is that the ship does have its own gravity generator to kind of hold everybody in place and whatnot, though it is zipping around. Kind of something that's a little strange is that while you guys are being tossed around and whatnot, the stuff that's out inside the hallways are not being thrown around as easily. It's as though the gravity there is holding the stuff in place better in the zero grav of space. So they pulled power from your cells because you just don't matter.
I'll start banging on the bars, be like, no, you don't. I'm good with. I can help. I'm good with ships. I'm really good with ships.
The two of them kind of like just strapping into their seats. One of them turns back like, "Shut up back there!" And it kind of like holding on, and like, again, one turns to the other one, the Duros, who seems to be just a bit of a nervous Nelly. He turns to the other one and he's like, I don't know. They brought the guns this time. We really shouldn't have done that. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. There's a reason why we signed on with this guy. He knows what he's doing. And
go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, and then
Maggie, she's like, I know what's going to happen. Don't you spoil this for us. Oh, it's connected to my character. Get out of here.
So the what does it say? So as I said, the battle continues on. Whoever is piloting the ship is actually a really good pilot and continues to rain hell on this much larger ship, doing the best it can to outmaneuver it. But it is taking its hits. As this is continuing on, you can kind of like see the way that the lights inside here are flickering. Mathis, who is a very in tune mechanic, hears the way that the systems are kind of whirring a little bit. That he's clearly diverting power from different systems to energize the shields in the front, okay. But they are getting blasted with some pretty heavy weaponry. So
my character scrambles and goes under the bed, old school like 1950s bomb style, and he gets under the bed and he's like bracing himself basically at this point.
After Fitz, I guess. Yep. It's Fitz, right?
Yep, Fitz.
Yells that first time and says like, "Hey, I can help you. I'm a mechanic or whatever." I'm like, I'm gonna try to like coerce them to come help and basically say like, perhaps maybe he can help. Why aren't you giving him a chance? Seems like you could use all the help that you can.
You're very regal in this moment as I'm flying in the background as you're like, perhaps he can help. Just a blur of a flying in the background.
Because he's a payday, it's going to be difficulty of 3 on this one, Maggie. However, you're making really good sense. I'm also going to give you a boost of 1. So 3 purple and 1 blue on this roll.
So how do I do that again?
So you're using coercion. So however many, whatever your coercion is.
Yeah, so this is my coercion. But I don't know
what
else I added.
At the top where the dice and destiny pool is, put in what your however many dice you have for your coercion.
No. She doesn't have to do that. She just has to put the negative dice. So if you hover over the purple, a little up and down arrow will appear.
Yeah.
And you go up to 3 from there. But then if you hover over to the light blue, the sky blue, add 1 right there, and you'll be good to go.
And then redo my coercion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Almost. You just forgot to add your sky blue.
I added the blue. I added a sky blue. I have
Now
one.
it's in there. But it didn't roll. So why don't you roll one more time, which
Oh,
is
that's
probably a
weird.
good thing that you failed anyways. And then we'll have this next one be the actual roll.
Oh, there it
Hey,
is.
Oh, that's weird that it didn't take it.
Oh, if there
Okay.
ever was a redo.
That is it.
Wow.
Oh man! All right, Maggie, always rolling
Violet
epic
marries
rolls.
you. The end.
Yeah.
He marries me.
So, for one, you succeed. So, the guy immediately gets up and he's like,
Maybe it was my calm collective that got him. He's like, she seems like
Clearly.
she trusts him.
Obviously.
So he gets up and he gets up. He's like, this is the nervous Nelly one. Is like, yeah, I'm gonna no, do not let that guy up there. He has nothing to do with the Wookiee. I'm gonna get that one. And he gets up and kind of like releases his belts that have him strapped in, and he makes his way over to Mathis's cell, and he starts like punching numbers into the pad. And as soon as like the magnetic seal releases and the thing goes flying open, the ship takes another blast, and he goes flying at Mathis. He goes flying at him, smashing into him, and both of them are kind of like lying in a lump on the ground. It's quite the hit against Mathis. Luckily, you have soak and everything to absorb it, but you're a bit stunned on the grounds there for a moment. A few moments later, after he's kind of like lying in there, like, oh, what the hell, and Mathis kind of like trying to push him off of him. You hear another blast hits the ship. The whole thing shakes quite a bit, and then the lights flicker for a moment, like, and come back up. But as soon as they come back up, it's like a system reset happens, and the other 3 doors open up.
Shit.
All our doors open up?
Yeah.
All the doors open up.
Okay. I'm gonna get out then.
Yep. So as soon as the doors open up, and at this point we're going to have to roll initiative for you guys, but as soon as the doors open up, you have Mathis and a lump underneath the guard that went to go release him. You have Maggie immediately across the way from that guy seeing a direct shot to him. And you have Warburcher, who has been thrown around, but is probably in a really good mood now, who's directly across from an empty cell. The 2 that were closer to the guards were Mathis and Maggie, and Jesse was further from the guards.
So we're rolling cool because we know. Are we prepared? We considered prepared for this?
You were considered prepared. Yeah, you're considered prepared for this.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right.
Cool.
Works for me.
So I just roll cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
And then I'm going to come over here.
You, man.
Who am I in? I'm in Maggie. Let me not bother Maggie. Let me go over and bother Krendor instead. There we go. This is the one part of the game that is currently eluding me. It's there we go, companion sheet.
Also, my name is PC, right? I don't know.
Yeah. So initiative
you're
works
gonna
like
be-
PC slots essentially, and then we determine who goes in those
Yes.
slots every turn.
Mhm. So it'll be cool.
And for those who are watching while Scott's doing this, chat is live again, so feel free to refresh chat.
Yay! That's
Chat
good
is
news.
back.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. All right. So I'll roll my cool into that.
With force
And
dice?
that what? Oh, haha. I was using modifiers for. That's okay. The force dice would probably get ignored.
He was so cool. Which one he knows good was so cool that he used the Force.
As a deactivated droid.
Yeah, as a deactivated droid, he was like,
Use the
"Man,
force.
So the turn order is not working well for now, so I'm just going to do this old school for this combat, and next time around we will be more prepared for this. So just kind of quickly figuring out what this is, looking at those epic coercion rolls. We have initiative. Mathis is crushing it. Then we have Jesse.
yo.
Then No Scope is also doing well, but behind both of them. And where is it Maggie in this? Oh, right there. So it actually goes in that order. Maggie, and then what did I get? Tied with, where are you? Tied with there, but And then where's that last one? Oh, wow. Apparently I rolled a crazy awesome one there. So the first person to act. So it's the NPCs go have the first initiative. So just a quick thing. The way initiative is going to go, I roll for my slots, you roll for your slots, and you get to choose who goes when within your slots. Sadly, Krendor is not immediately a part of this combat. We'll get him involved very, very shortly. But for now, the first person to go is the one that is literally on top of Mathis. So he is on top of Mathis as we speak, and he's going to attack him like oh you little bastard, and he pulls out a dagger and goes and attacks at him.
Attacks at me?
Yeah,
He was opening his
He
door.
opened my cell and then got thrown into me.
yeah, he's saying you little bastard. He's blaming you for it.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
So yeah, he attacks at Mathis and is going to roll with melee as always like that. So bam.
Damn.
Oh, I rolled this 420 no scope.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait
you
up.
gotta. Do you have your character sheets prepped?
Turns out that man was a droid, and that droid was Krendor. Plot twist.
Yeah. You bring that back down there. Sorry about that.
Try again.
Yeah. Definitely try again on that one. So here we go, melee. And there we go. Okay. So he actually does succeed. So he does stab at Mathis, and he does 4 points of damage, which his soak is enough to ignore that. So he does 4 points of damage to him, stabbing him with a dagger. He narrowly evades the attack, like, oh, shit, and moves to the side. It clinks to the side. However, the way he kind of like stabbed his dagger down, the blade itself started to chip a little, and he's like, oh, it's my favorite knife, as he gets pissed off at him. Immediately after that, it's going to be you guys have the next 3 turns.
All right.
So who would like to- well, actually, the next 2 turns, because we don't have no scope at the moment.
Okay, so basically, I think Mathis should go first to react to this guy who's on top of him and get out of the situation.
All right. So my character will immediately scramble out of the cell, like this guy's trying to murder me, and having seen what's in the back of the ship, with all the junk that's back there. You said there were droids and droid parts.
Droid parts, weapons that look rather damaged.
Doing what I can, I'm gonna get to the closest droid and try and fucking boot that thing up and have it work for, if possible, for me.
Awesome. So you're going to move away from this guy. You kind of like push yourself up off the ground and make your way back there. Pushing yourself up and making your way there, you get all the way over to the parts. This guy's kind of distracted, like I said, the way he slammed down his dagger. It's like, you immediately start rummaging through. Roll me a mechanics check to even see what you can find that is going to be usable.
Sure. Any difficulty dice?
Yep, it's going to be 2 difficulty, please, and thank you.
2 difficulty and mechanics.
Your best bet is to leave at your pool at the top. We'll just leave 2 there until you hear otherwise.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So you start searching throughout and looking, and one of the things that you happen to stumble across, I mean, it's beat up and old and clearly outdated, but there's a droid that's mostly put together right there in front of you. So you're like, hell, I'm going to start doing this. And you're actually so successful in your role that not only do you find this thing, but you actually immediately start seeing the parts that are missing from it. You start going over and grabbing the different parts and pulling them together to do the task. After that is going to be?
I'll let you go.
I'm the furthest away, so I think what would end up happening if I went is my turn would be like, I exit the room, and then I go to a guy, and I couldn't. Could I attack? Would I have? How big is the ship? Not that big, right?
It's actually not that big. It would be considered close range, and you knew where he was. You heard the voices, very close proximity. So,
Right.
Yep.
Because what I plan to do is I plan to go look for my weapon.
Everyone is just. There's 2 men here with whatever. Warbo straight up runs out of the cell and is like, "Ugh," and then just like kicks the guy on the ground who's staring at his dagger, kicks him as hard as he can.
Absolutely. So because of the fact that he's lying on the ground, that actually gives you an upgrade on your attack roll.
All right. And this is just straight up brawl, yeah? I'm just
Absolutely.
great. God bless. This is gonna be fun. All right. And this guy is just 2 purple?
It's 2 purple for melee, and then you get an upgrade on your attack roll.
Babe. Man, let's murder this guy with a kick to the ribs.
That was
I mean,
a
I
very
connected.
complicated roll.
Connected.
Yeah, you hit.
You hit. I'll give it. You hit. That was a very, very.
So with
complicated
one success,
roll.
it's like you do your base damage, right? Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your base damage with your brawl is what as a Wookiee? It's actually pretty advanced, isn't it?
Right now I have a brawl of. Good question.
I think it's on your sheet, isn't it?
Is it? Combat. I have a Viberax, but that's melee, and I have a Bowcaster, which is ranged. So I don't know what just punching a dude would be.
Looking up Wookiee really quickly.
What is my just like punch a man skill?
Yeah.
I don't know, like Ron maybe.
Now, what do the symbols mean aside
a
from
melee.
like
Isn't
success
there?
and crit?
There is a
All right.
melee
I'll explain to you, Krendor.
combat skill.
Okay.
So you know what success and crit are, yes? You get
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah.
People are
On
saying brawl is brawn.
Evil, on the evil die, the one that is
Like a
sort of
Death
like-
Star.
sure like a TIE fighter window, right?
Yeah.
That is like a threat. It's basically something out there is just like it's the opposite of a advantage, right?
Oh, okay.
So, for example, Mathis got a success, but the droid he found was like a really crappy droid.
Okay.
And then the thing that looks like an evil bikini, that's failure. And it's the opposite of a success.
An evil bikini.
Yeah. And then you'll notice there's the triumph, which is like something really amazing happens. And then
Yeah.
there's the dark side version of that, but I don't remember what it's called. and that's
Despair.
like- Despair. And that's like you guys really are effed right now. But everything balances
Shit,
itself out and everything counters itself because it's the light and dark side, bro.
So what about when you roll like light? Is that just like the other-
Like what you can do is if I really wanted to hurt that guy, I could go to my light side pool and use a light side point, which gives me an upgrade.
Oh,
So
okay.
what and so I would press upgrade 1. The difference is that he now has, instead of us having 3 light and he have 2 dark, he'll have 3 light or 3 dark and we'll have 2 light. And so he can spend
Okay.
those against us and be like, downgrade your roll, jerks. And so we're totally screwed. But we can just have a light dark off, and if he's like, I put 2, we're like, well, we put 3, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So you can do that. Yeah, it's just about balancing. So instead of numbers being like, I rolled a 6D, it's just you're looking at symbols and like, well, these 2 are the same, so get rid of those. These 2, get rid of those. So
Damage on melee is brawn flat. Period. Page 211 of the Edge of the Empire.
Thank you. I
All
found
right.
the page for the beta version, which didn't help me.
Flat brawn is
It's like a 4 for you, isn't it?
yeah, it's 4 green.
Yeah.
Brawn
you
is
do
just- yeah.
You do 4 points of damage.
Brawn is just your strength. Yeah, you have 4.
So I'm sorry, Ange, were you finished explaining that to Krendor?
I think we're good.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So you do. So it's 4 points of damage. It's actually enough to pass through his soak, and you actually so you swing through and you kick this guy as you had said, and he takes the hit. He's feeling that one.
Yeah, and as he takes the hit, we're both just saying.
Awesome. Immediately after that is going to be the other guy's turn. This was the human that was kind of like cool the whole time. He's like looks down the hallway like, oh, what the hell? And, as he sees Mathis's character kind of at the end of the hallway, like trying to get together parts,
Scrambling through wires and bits.
So he kind of like rather calmly releases his belt that he has on, gets up and grabs up his blaster, and he goes over and he takes cover. Actually, he's standing right in the middle of the doorway and aims over at Mathis. He's like, "This is your last chance," and without saying anything else, just shoots. Doesn't
Jesus.
wait. Shoots at him. And so for that one, I roll NBC. This is a light blaster. No, that's not what I want. Bam. And he is going to shoot at you with range damage because you range you're in. It's going to be 1 purple. And here we go.
Please.
Ready?
I'm ready.
You
I've got.
for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. Do it.
Bam. Oh!
Yeah, just he has advantages.
Oh, he has so many advantages. So,
Dude.
so he blasts at you, and he does let's see, it's 9 points of damage with his blaster.
Well, he doesn't
No,
connect.
he didn't succeed. He only gains
Oh, that's right.
advantages.
Those don't count as successes. That's the other
No,
ones.
they're just
Oh, okay.
advantages.
So he goes blasting. So he's blasting down the corridor, blasting at you, and you're like, "Oh shit!" And you do what you can to try to get out of the way. And as you do so, you kind of like hold up the droid that he was blasting at, that you were working on, and the droid takes a couple of the hits for you, and you're like, "Oh shit!" You're like, okay, put it down and like continue trying to work on it as quickly as you can. You're like, go ahead.
No, then I scream like a whelp comes out of my mouth, like oh, that's it.
No, you guys can hear that he's clearly needs a little assistance. It's now Maggie's turn.
Can I see any, like, my weapon nearby or any weapons?
If your weapon is nearby, I mean, you're not super familiar with this class of because you don't have a lot for the piloting. You're not super familiar with this class of ship. Why don't you roll for me your piloting space to see how familiar you are, where it might be stored.
Do I have any difficulties with that?
It's just 1 difficulty.
So 1 purple,
Correct.
and then I'm doing just regular piloting.
Piloting, it's space.
Space. Okay.
Oh, so nothing, neither.
Yeah,
It just didn't succeed.
So you kind of like, so this is like an instinctive thing. You didn't have to spend action doing this. You kind of like look around, like where might it be? And you think for a second, you're like, yeah, I have no where it is in the ship. But you do see 2 across the way fighting, which, Orbiture's got this. That guy blasting down the hallway at that guy who is surrounded by a bunch of junk, including, looks like blasters and stuff. And he seems to be working on a droid.
Okay. So I can't really see anything. I'm not really a good fighter of any sort. Maybe I can just do a distraction or something. Do I see anything that I can throw?
Your cell is rather empty, so unless you want to say take your shoe off and throw it at him.
I guess maybe I'll just, I don't know. Is the guy that he kicked on the ground?
He is still lying on the ground, and after that hard boot from Werbiture to him, the knife that he was holding kind of came loose on the ground next to him. But you'd have to go over to them to pick that one up. He does still have his blaster at his side, which he's currently reaching for.
Okay. Can I stop him from grabbing the blaster?
You go right ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Hmm?
It's gonna be bad. All right. So what should I do? You said it's 2 difficulty for him?
It's going to be too difficult for melee, and you're going to roll a brawl to kind of like keep him away from the blaster.
Okay. That's gonna be bad.
Yeah, the talker's about to. Oh my god! You gotta jump on him and fall over.
So you go rushing in the room, and you see him kind of reaching for the blaster, and you're like, "Whoa, look out!" And you kind of go rushing over to try to stop him from getting the blaster. But sadly, as you go rushing in there, Word kind of like whips around to see you, ends up causing you to trip, and you are slamming into the wall opposite the guy. So you're not on the ground, but you're definitely now on the other side of this guy who's reaching for his blaster, and you're kind of like pinned in this wall. And the guy on the outside did see this happen. After that is back to the top of initiative. You guys have the.
I'm thinking.
I have the first one. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yep. There you go.
So we're going to resolve the guy that's outside first. He's actually going to move up to the cell opposite. Sorry. He's not going to move anywhere. He's going to continue blasting at Mathis. So continuing with that.
Oh God.
Mindset. He's going to continue to blast at Mathis. Change that to there and make my attack roll. Oof. Ooh. So I actually did succeed this time. So his blaster, let's see, he is armed with a, not that one, apologies. He is armed with a blaster pistol. So he actually does 10 points of damage to Mathis. What's your soak, Mathis?
Are you serious? 2.
Your soak is 2?
Your soak is 2?
That's it, right? It's just your brawl, whatever it is.
That's true. My soak is 1, so.
You guys need a droid to help you fight.
I'm working on you. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, his soak is.
Maybe we can't fight these guys. Maybe I need to coerce them to not.
No, we can fight him. Mathis is just gonna.
He's gonna die, and then he can't even bring me to life.
No, he's fine. Mathis is
I'm
fine.
still up.
Yeah,
So
he's fine.
I've taken 8. I'm still up, but I'm barely up.
Yep. So now it's you guys have the next 2 turns.
All right. I should probably go first.
Yeah, definitely not me.
I hop over the guy who's on the ground, who's like, ugh, and go for the blaster guy, and because I don't have any weapons on me, I'm gonna try to brawl his ass again, and this time just punch him square in the head.
So you skip over the guy that you were fighting before and go for the one that's been shooting at Mathis out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you were easily able to get up to him and you make your attack.
You're gonna leave me?
Look, someone's got to take this. There's a man with a blaster in a.
Okay, all right. I'll
That's
try
the
to
most
convince him
dangerous thing here.
not hurt me.
All right. Do I have to give him any special things, or is he good?
It's because you're engaging in melee. It's going to be 2 purple.
Good. I'm gonna rock this guy. And oh!
Oh man.
Oh, good. Die, motherfucker.
Oh man, that is awesome.
You knock his head off.
Yes, you do. That's an automatic critical hit, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. So I will allow you to describe this one, Jesse. Go right ahead. Have your Wookiee moment.
Is there? There's a special thing about this where the. Let me figure this out. I gotta see this. Is it only during? I'm just trying to figure out if I want to use that for the actual hit or get something other out of it, but whatever. Let's murder this guy. Okay, so Werbo jumps over this guy who's on the ground, and he's just like kind of winded, and Werbo knows this dude's gonna be down for a minute, so he jumps over this guy and charges at the dude with the blaster. The guy with the blaster pulls this thing out, and he's like pointing it right at him. And you think it's gonna be one of those really cool scenes where this big monster is charging a dude, and he shoots him like square in the head, and he's gonna fall over dead. But he goes to fire, and it does not go off, and he's like, and as he gets hit, this giant Wookiee just grabs him and pulls his arms off, just
That's what Wookiees do.
just right off.
So you just go running at the human. You literally grab the human's arms and just rip them off, and he just
Rip
kind
them
of
off.
standing there, blood squirting in both directions, and he just kind of stands there, kind of like stumbling for a moment, and like in disbelief and horror, and he kind of like goes to open his mouth to scream, but he doesn't have the strength to do so, and he falls on his knees in front of you, and even on his knees, he kind of like almost like he's trying to take steps forward towards you, like his knees twitching, and then he kind of just flops on the ground and just starts kind of like twitching on the ground. This blood is just gushing everywhere.
Werbo turns back to everyone else in the cabin and holds the blood is on his face. He holds the arms up and gives this hilarious Wookiee grin, like it's a joke. Like, how funny is it that this is what I actually just did to this guy?
Oh my god. Christ.
All right, so
Sorry, Scott,
I actually was reading the rules about fear. So Mathis, you need to roll against. No, I'm just kidding.
Scott, you hit me with a regular blaster pistol?
Yeah, right
That
here.
does 6. So you did total of 7 to me, not 10.
Hold on, right here. Adversary cards. Sorry, heavy blaster pistol.
Oh, fuck that shit. All right, that's fine. That's fine. So is it a next order in initiative for us?
Yes, it is. Next order of initiative for you guys. So Maggie to try to finish off the guy on the ground, or Mathis to try to get the droid up and running.
Probably me, because I'm about to get shot with a blaster,
All right, do it up.
right?
So the knife is on the ground by your feet, where you had failed, and now you're kind of like pinned against the wall with no escape now. At least you're standing next to the knife that's on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the knife if I can, and
Yep.
I'm just gonna go up against the wall, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna play the card. What was me? Don't hurt me. I'm just a little girl.
Wait, you're gonna do this in? Look, this man has seen what's me. No one, Maggie. We're on a ship that is maybe 3 sizes of the room you're in right now. 3 of your rooms put together. That is how big this ship is, and you're just all of a sudden be like, I don't know how to fight. As everyone, there's
She
blood,
doesn't.
there's
She
blood
doesn't.
spurting
She's, a little, she's like a little baby
Matt just had
falcon.
his arms ripped off, Maggie.
To be fair, his back is turned. He might smell the blood, but he can't see it.
I
Okay.
guess that's true.
Yeah, he's looking my direction, right? He's not looking the other way.
He didn't actually let them out.
Do it.
Okay.
You
Because
roll your-
I feel like she just wouldn't. She's not a combatant. She kind of looks at him and she's like, I don't want to have to use it. Just leave me be.
And with her, I'll actually allow you to roll a coercion, not a deception, because she genuinely is not very good at it.
Yeah.
It is not a lie.
Is he too dangerous?
How difficult is coercing this man gonna be?
Yeah.
It'll still be a 2.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's see how this goes. I'm scared. Okay.
Oh no!
Okay.
I told you what would happen. I told you
But
what
like-
would happen.
Nothing better is gonna happen from me doing any type of damage. Let me tell you.
Oh, Maggie, I feel for you. I've been the character you are so many times, and always sucking at rolling is not fun.
Because my only strength is like coercion, and like that's like the
Yeah, you're a great talker with a guy
Yeah.
who rips arms off people. This will be
Yep.
perfect.
So you so he pulls out the blaster, aims at you, and says, "Nice try, sweetheart. Now give me the knife."
I'm gonna give him the knife.
Okay. He takes the knife. He walks out the door, hits a button. The electric seal drops again, and then he looks over. He sees the Wookiee, nearly shits himself. This is the Duros, the one that was scared the whole time. Nearly shits himself, and as he's running into the cell that Warburton was originally in, he hits the same button to lock himself in that cell. He's like,
So now he's in the cell with me.
and it kind of runs in and locks himself in the opposite cell.
Oh, he's opposite of me now.
Yeah, opposite of you in the cell with the door locked.
I'm like, oh, that works too, I guess.
And now it's Mathis's turn. You can
Working on the droid.
Yep.
What you want me to roll? Mechanics check?
Absolutely, please and thank you.
Difficulty of 2 still?
This time it'll be a difficulty of 3.
3? God damn
Yes.
The droid just got
Oh,
blaster fired.
it. I know.
But you do still have that one boost because of how well you did before. Like I said, you.
I get a boost die?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. 2 advantages. No successes, no failures, just 2 advantages.
Okay, so you continue to gather together all the parts that you need. You get them together. You started working on it. Like, no, I need more stuff here so I can make this happen quickly. Not really paying attention to what's going on with the combat. You don't really see that the pressure is down. You just want to get this thing done quick. And now I guess we're at the top of initiative, which that guy is the only guy. And he is standing in the cell, goes to the opposite end of the wall, has his blaster up at the ready, kind of aims through the bars, and he's waiting, he's ready. Mind you, outside, the ship is still continuing to maneuver around and blast at the ship down below, and it's getting some good hits on this much larger ship. But at this point, it is a little after 10 Eastern time. So why don't we take a little bit of a break and kind of pick up after this?
In 5 minutes, or at most 5 minutes, we'll be back. Don't go anywhere, and we'll conclude this combat upon return. See you in a bit.
Roger.
I can't wait to see the DOS loading screen.
Roger.
DOS loading screen. DOS loading screen.